All right, guys, it is 11:34. Here we are. It is January 25th. Sorry, feeling a little tired, but life is good. How's everybody feeling out there? Let's see if you guys can see me, see yourselves. There I am. Anybody? Looks good. All right, cool. Some guys are watching this AMD right here. This is one of the 5-minute charts I have up. Looks like it is trying to get out of this little wedge type formation. You know, we've seen this before a few different times, but now it's, you know, had the whole day. So that's what AMD looks like right now. Not saying, you know, Nvidia has to follow, but it might. That's AMD. Let's see what Nvidia looks like. Nothing yet. Just how you kind of look at things, right? Kite also. Move this up a little bit here. See what happens there. Anyway, 8 fingers. Here's 8 fingers, two pinkies. All right, guys. So cheers. Today is Thursday. We've been doing this now for 4 days. For those of you that are kind of new to the site, I think as you guys see, every day is kind of like a new day, new narrative. Every day this week kind of was a little different. Whereas, you know, you had the spies. I remember you guys came in first day, you know, we had a nice big breakout on Friday. I know I was long a lot of things, trimmed the bunch into that gap open, you know, and then following day we were able to buy a little bit back, held, and then yesterday had another move, and now we're doing the same thing. Is tomorrow we're going to be above 488.77 and continuing? I guess we shall see. You know, a lot of things that we've been doing recently have been working. As you can see by the virtual trading floor, since you got here, I've had Google 145 calls on. Right, so Google 145 calls on. The stock is now 152.74. So not a bad play, right? You know, and then also just trading around the actual stock. I've been in the stock all week. Google, I've been in Amazon all week. Microsoft, that was cute. I took some off above 400, and then we bought some back 2 days ago around 398, and it's, you know, now trading here at 406. Came in, trimmed a little bit. Did you made Microsoft today? Nope, didn't even touch it today. So I've been managing positions. Manage. This is AMD right now. Let's see if there's a trade here. You know what? I'll buy a little, so now you see, I'll buy a little Nvidia to see if this pokes its head above there. So now you see flash green, that's how fast. And that's because this looks like it could happen. Maybe, I'm anticipating you could have a tight stop here at 622. You're risking kind of $2 for it to take out this area, which was from yesterday. Not saying it's going to be able to, but something. You know, Oxys I've had on hasn't done a whole lot. IBIT, remember we bought that, very, you know, it was very small play. What's it called? You know, and sold it at 23. Maybe buy some back. We'll see. Tesla hasn't worked, you know. Anyway, so sorry about that. I just have a lot going on all the time. So let's you know, I don't want to do a morning call. I don't want to do a recap. You know, you guys have seen them, been there. You know what the story is. You see how the alpha team works. You see how everyone responds. You see how, you know, alerts all day long. They're just really charts. Rarely do I, you know, send an alert with a chart and a buy and a sell. That's actually power plays. You know, you saw this morning with Amazon. It was pretty, you know, we're pretty timely on that. You know, we had it overnight, didn't get upset, bought some, traded some, and then you could have, you know, you could have just had your chart here too and gave you a nice little trade right there, boom, and then held and continued. I had options on. I bought more options when it was cheaper, and then up here I just made a call spread to manage it. So that's how I do it. That's how I try and manage, you know, some cash flow. So again, you could do it with stocks. You could buy straight calls, and you can make your call spread, and then you could buy a dip, and then you could sell some around. There's just a lot of things to do, you know, which is what we try and do. Hold on here. One sec. That's my news guy. Okay. Thoughts on SMCI earnings Monday? You know, it's the kind of thing that is definitely priced for perfection. It's gonna have to be really good. Stock looks really set up. You know, you already kind of had your plays going into it, where you know you had your great trade above 357 when they already pre-announced their numbers. That was the day. Then you had your gap up, which gave you follow through. Then it gave you a way to buy a dip, and now it's still hovering here. And if it could stay below this, hey, you could buy 500, 550 calls. It's just, you know, I think that after this move, it doesn't really make sense. You kind of already got paid already pre-print. You don't need to do it again. OMGA, yeah, I'll take a look. That stock hurt me. It didn't hurt me, but I just lost money. I lost. That's gross. I'm trying to stay away from those little ones. Nvidia, you know, we'll see if it can hold in here. We'll see if there's an extra trade in here. My stop right now is 622. I just put it in mechanically. Very choppy. You know, if it breaks below this, maybe you could short it. I don't know. You know, we'll see if AMD holds above this spot, or if it's just a little bit of a fake out. It's just choppy. You know, might need a day. You know, these things might be needed in the video. You know, a little inside day. Doesn't always have to go the day right after. You know, a little bit of a doji here. Could come in more. Could hang out in the top end. Depends on how strong it wants to be. Doesn't want to lull everyone to sleep. So far, to me, it's been like a choppy kind of mess. If they want to bring the market in, you know, they could just kind of roll this over. Or at least a little. You know, Apple just went back to prior resistance, probably a little bit of a sell. I bought options for earnings. Lily, that's been awesome. In the power play since this day. This day was when it was clean. This was the day that it came in and said, yo, I'm here for 2024. And now it's just kind of a little bit choppy, but it takes time. You can advance this channel here. Kind of got rejected into this area. And now seems like it's in no man's land. So, you know, if I had a swing trade on, I would say I don't think it should get below this 612 area. But the longer now it goes sideways in here, the higher the probability maybe there's another move. Looks good. Just looks like it's a no trade right now. Apple, you know, Apple. I think Apple looks pretty good technically. You know, earnings are next week. Lots of bad news. Finally, the narrative changed a little bit. You know, you could say this is kind of like a bull flag right here. I didn't buy it actively. I just bought some options. I figured if it's going to react well to its report, you know, it's not going to stop at 190, 199. It probably gets to 205, 210. So at this point, you know, you could actually raise this a little bit. Here's your bull flag. Strong on the day, still going up. Is this, you know, things just pulled in a little bit. You know, actively it looks decent today, and technically it looks like it could be set up for a, you know, report, weekly chart. You know, did some work. Maybe, you know, this double top that it had for a little bit, you know, could be, you know, taken out if it reports solid enough. You know, this is kind of gone now. So if they want to bring this market up again, which they might not, and the risk reward is there. The 202s I bought them for like $1.10. So you're not really risking much. And I just say that if there's like a measured move 180 to 199, that's 20 points. So you're going to be 205 to 210 if it delivers. If it misses and you want to sell it down and not have it work, that's a whole other story. But it looks pretty good. I'm not really concentrating on the China names. I bought a lot of KWeb, and I sold some into this move, and I'm trying to hold some. So here is here's your daily chart on KWeb. It's trying to hold this gap. It might not. I started buying it somewhere around here, I think, or maybe here. I don't exactly remember. And then I added here. So into this move, I was able to sell some. We have March, so I do think that there is a chance that maybe it takes this out, and you can see this area. If you want to watch Baba, gave you your first big gap and go, and there is definitely there's probably a trend line here where now you want to see it hold in here for a little bit, maybe test this gap of 72.55. Other than that, I don't think you need to be that spread out on Chinese names. There's more than enough going on that if you wanted to play, some kind of bounce in China, just trade the KWeb, trade FXI, buy calls, go out 2 months, and you can make more than enough money. So you think we're headed still into, when did I ever say we're going to head into a recession? Who cares? Right now, you're trading the active sequences of the stock market. The semis are strong, tech is strong. Every now and then you get a trade in the small caps. Long term, putting money in work every single month. If you have a 401k or 529, you're not speaking to CNBC here. Who knows? Where GDP was 3%. I'm not, in the business of having to put, are we going to go around? Who knows? When the market starts to break the 21 day, maybe the market will care, whatever that is. Maybe we're too strong of a market. I don't know. You try and rum long? Okay. Where's that? I think it makes sense, Hanging in here. Could be buying versus 514-ish area. And then this high was what? So this is what my friend said, because he's pretty smart in media, and he's watched what happened between me and Dave a little bit, and he's just like, honestly said what he's like, what Dave did with Rumble is genius. And what did he say here? So. Where is it? Where is this? No, it wasn't there. It was a different text chain. Anyway, he's very into basically saying, I'm not a trader, I'm an investor. And I watched a podcast with the owner of Rumble today in PBD, and it's a new platform for freedom. It's a $1.5 billion company today, and will be a 5 to 10 billion in the next 3 to 5 years. Obviously it IPO'd at 10 or 11, and now it's at 550, and plus you'll have Dave rant and rave about it here and there. So there's something to it, I guess. The chart's decent. You can be buying it in here. You're not chasing it up. And I was thinking about it also, just to have fun with it, but I'm not going to do it yet. MDGL. That was an old school name. A little bit of ooh, look at that. A little bit of Jose name. Probably need to be in options, but looks pretty good in the bioland. What does BBIO look like? That's been a whole hell of a lot. Maybe it's still in here. AMD, look at that, it's getting better. What's the high here? The high here is 184.47 if we can get above. I have my stop here, so I'm better than get stopped out. Maybe I'll add to it if it gets better. $90 days? Okay, that's a good question. For 90 days, probably, you know what? Why don't you just go out and buy yourself like a 200 by 205 call spread? Go out 3 months and probably won't cost you much money, and you can make a triple or double. I bet you the 200s are probably like, you know, maybe, I don't even know. They're probably $3-4, and the 205s are probably, or, you know, you could do 200s and sell the 210s, or you buy the 205s if you think it's going to make a new high. Hold on here. Let's see how this goes here. Well, yeah. Let's see if it leads Nvidia back towards the highs. It's not as much behind in the Nvidia. Still going. This could play catch up maybe. Just needs a lot more volume, a little more attention.
Too much this time of day.
Yeah. Yeah. Depends on how much money you want. Do you want it to be a lotto spread? Do you want it to be, you know, something very realistic? Do you want to put a lot of money to work? You can go 205, 215s. You can get above this little area here. You go out 3 months. Ooh, hold on, I want to focus on this a little bit here. I bought some 624s, some 625s. I just trimmed a little bit, and now I want to see if it's going to really get some snappy trade here. It is 11:52. What's SMCI do? There's Apple still going. SMCI is tight. SMCI needs doesn't have as many traders and needs like a real buyer to come in there. Which one? All right. You know, these are what 5-minute charts look like, and this is how you could day trade off of them too, and how you could use a group to trade together. been more push through failures at these areas than than anything really exciting. I like it. It's good. See? That was fast. This range is really for the birds. Oh, UMN? Let me see. That is potential day one for something, Lumen. Anybody know a little more color on that? Yeah, it actually had its push already, so I would think this needs to hold around here. Doesn't hold this area. It's, not as much commitment to whatever that volume was. Maybe here, worst case scenario.
There's a peak payout move by dipping on the US this means use the check capacity by WW example which requires that equipment will be carried on bouncing on the road and will feel hot
Hold on. Hold on a second. I'm kind of used to edit to this stupid trade. Sorry. Now it's stupid. A little fake out here. See if it turns into like a push through failure. That wouldn't be good. Yeah, and these hanging in better. It's kind of annoying. Just like that. Yep, Tesla's horrible. Trending lower. That's what you call the H cell setup. I tried it once in here. I think I tried it once in here, and then that was it. For those of you leaning on it, congratulations. It's not my style. Market did a good job, though, basically isolating the weakness in Tesla to Tesla. Yeah, Boeing just horrible. It's just a horrible trading stock. It's a battleground. It's news driven. It's just streaky. It's, you know, I don't know. PayPal. PayPal's had some bad action the past few days. Oh, there you go. Looks like it's on the move today. Yeah, look at that. Held this little spot here. 68.21. That's a nice spot to trade against, I guess. Yeah, 68.21 from here. Not bad. Yeah. So what's the event tomorrow, Jason, in PayPal? Innovation Day. What day is it? It's tomorrow? Oh, it's today? Oops. I don't know where we just went. Sorry.
ABC says so AMD.
Yeah. Cool. Big deal, Josh Brown's out. Test radio, test radio. Sorry about that. I just lost a bunch of my stuff here on. All right, sorry. All right, well, my video just went down. All right, guys, it's 12 o'clock. It's, you know, again, we're in this kind of lull. Things are going to be pushed around. I just went over a bunch of charts. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to put some stops in, you know, some offers out. I just got rid of Nvidia. You know, who knows what's going to happen here, you know. It's funny, Josh. Not that it does what I do, but like yesterday I was on Fox Business and I said that I was out of my swing trade in Nvidia. And now today he says he's done with AMD and Nvidia. It's funny.
Josh Brown says he's out of Nvidia too.
Yeah, he said he's out of both today.
Nvidia holder for like ever. No?
I'm thinking about putting PayPal options on for an innovation day. I know there was a big smart fund that a friend of mine was telling me about who started to really buy a lot of PayPal. So maybe maybe there's something there to it. Maybe go out. You know what? Maybe go out next week and buy some 6850s or 70s. I'm gonna look right now. Hold on. Yeah. Oh.
Josh running a little mortgage.
Yeah. Entire NASDAQ.
The ATS data tech in the market behind standing below.
So that happened while I got lunch. Faster.
Yeah, probably dip's probably viable. I don't think these has any kind of effect on institutions or this and that. The algo picked it up. That probably watches fast, money. It all depends where it at. Like, he's talking about a stock that's near historic high, so I'm not giving it much room. Depends on how it's going. All right. You short it, Steven? Yeah, I'm gonna when the trade changes, I usually get out of the way. That's what I try and do.
We'll look back to that Hertz news on Tesla 2 weeks ago.
Right.
That's the writing on the wall.
Hey, neither did Tesla. You spot on from Hertz. Maybe to go to Tesla.
I'll buy some PayPal for next week's. Not 66s, but 60. I mean, not 68s, but 66s. Give it a little bit of time. Well, you could have entered a short here when on the, guys were talking about they rallied up to 194 and went to 193. Steven, the short seller, you're good at it. That was not a bad spot. Now what? Do you think Nvidia is gonna? Right. All right, guys, I'm gonna go and come back. Pretty non-eventful morning. There was some things to do. We brought Amazon pretty well to manage the trade. We held Google through all of yesterday. Made great money. Got out of the options, still in some stock. Microsoft, was buying it back. You saw the other day at 397. It's 405. You could trim some. You could hold some. You could do it whatever you think is right. Tesla, we tried it. I lost peanuts. Nvidia is probably my worst day trade just because I went back at it 2 or 3 different times and lost a little bit of money there, but I'll live. And then everything else I'm just kind of, just rolling with. Shorted a tiny bit more Q premium for tomorrow, which I have some room, $2.50. Spies, so I made some money back there and those things, and everything else is kind of hit or miss. Oh, it is. I just giving it time. I feel like it's a small cap. If their innovation day is good, give it time to run a little bit. I know a fund's buying it, not just playing it for today. But if it goes today, then maybe I'll create a call spread and I'll finance it. -8 on the oscillator. I don't think, Josh. No, I just, one of the funds that did really, really well last year just started buying it this year a little bit. Well, looked like it was going to break out, and then Josh Brown said he's out of Nvidia and AMD. He sold 100 shares of each, so now he's out. I don't put stop loss in my options. I don't even know if I have them. I did the 66s for next Friday, so if it doesn't work today, we can go at another point. I've already sold some strength. I have just trailers on. So if we pulled in, I'll make money by selling the Qs and the Spies premium. If we hang in here, I have room for those things to not get to the strikes tomorrow. Yeah. That's why it's good to trim the strength. Yeah, there's actually a stat out there. If you did that, you bought the close and sold the open, you would have made like 100 times more than if you did the opposite. All right, see you guys later.